and hometown is Silmar. And then high school is Silmar High School. I actually wanted to go to another school. It's Granada Hills Charter High School, but I couldn't go because they only take people within their, like within this, within Granada Hills. And they do take people outside of Granada Hills, but it has to be like a lottery. And I just didn't get it, so I just went to Silmar. What I did like was the magnet program because I think it was a little better than the overall high school. And I guess it was nice to be around people of the same background. It just felt comfortable and yeah. I was pretty upset with the education I was receiving. I think it could have been, I don't know, I felt a little cheated. Like I was taking AP courses and I thought they would help, but I don't think they were taught at the level they needed to be taught. So therefore, I didn't think when I got to college, I didn't feel like prepared for it. I understand now that I look back, like I understand why, because every basically everyone that I went to high school with, their parents didn't go to college. Most likely they were all going to be first gen, so I understand that they have no pathway or anything that can guide them to it. So like how do you motivate someone to create their own pathway when they have no influences or like help? So I understand why it was like that. Was it a problem? A little, because I mean, we would have to figure it out on our own. The people you feel most comfortable asking for help are your parents or your siblings, but when you don't have that, it's hard. So yeah. It was majority Latinx, and I don't think, yeah, I think it was just majority Latinx, so it was just like people of color. I felt like we were all pretty equal with the social, economic, and ethnic backgrounds. At least that's what I got. And like most of my friends, it was like the same thing. Like all our parents were immigrants, and they were like, they didn't go to, their parents didn't go to college. Um, so, and like same thing with like economics or socioeconomic status. I think we were pretty equal, so it was very easy to relate to one another. Yeah. I took a sociology class and we spoke about um, redlining. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but basically, back then they basically created neighborhoods and like didn't allow people of color to buy homes in certain neighborhoods, or they wouldn't even lend them loans to buy homes. So then that put people of color in one specific spot, which was not the greatest neighborhood to be in. And then I know like schools are funded by the property tax. So like if you live in a neighborhood that's low income, your school is going to be like, just not going to have the same money that another rich rural, I mean, sorry, like a rich neighborhood would have. Or yeah. Yes, I still think it's, for example, like a perfect example is Granada Hills High School. I wanted to go to that school, but they only accept people from their area. And if you don't live in that area, you have to be in the lottery and your chances are low. And that area is better than like my area. And the education there is, well, from what I heard and what I researched before going into high school, was better. So that's why I wanted to go there. And I think they prepare you for college better there as well. But that whole system of we only take kids from our area and, oh, you can enter a lottery, I think that's segregation. That's like, putting a barrier for people of color to get educated elsewhere besides their neighborhood. Typically, um, the better schools are located far away from the lower income neighborhoods, which makes it harder for people of color to attend those. So even if they get, let's say a person of color gets the lottery somewhere at a, a better school with more opportunities, with more money, with more resources, there's a barrier created because they're located far. So that means they usually have to take a bus or two buses to get there, which just creates a bigger barrier. So that's also segregation to me. I was just gonna add like the sports. Like I believe also in the lower income areas where there's schools, I feel like the sports programs aren't that funded as well. And that's also like a burden on the students too, because if like other programs have better sports programs, and I feel like students also benefit from sports. So it's just, again, with the whole resources thing, just less resources, and it impacts people of color that can't get the same resources. I do. I think it is important because in college we're going to face diversity. So, for example, when I went to college, I experienced culture shock because my whole life I was so used to going to public schools that um, the diversity, like there was low diversity and everyone was like me, and I could relate to everyone because we were just all in the same social economical level, same ethnic background, so we could just get along and understand each other. And then when I went to college, it was like culture shock, and it was difficult to adjust to it. So I feel like it is important just because you're gonna face it in in your jobs, college. So it would be nice to be exposed to diversity early and then just be prepared for it.